So if you live in the town of Bridgewater like I do, odds are you've been following the renovation project of this historical building right behind me. Over the last 18 months, Aaron Yoder and his construction company have been working on converting this beautiful building on South Main Street into a Macado's restaurant on the first level and 3 apartments above. Today, I had the pleasure of meeting with Aaron for a personal tour of the building so I can show you today the progress of the construction. Let's take a look. So the apartment level of the building is on the 2nd floor. Entering directly from South Main Street, you'll walk up a flight of stairs and access 3 different apartments, 2 bedrooms for 2 of them and 1 bedroom for another. Let's go upstairs and take a look. So you should have realized by now that this project has pretty much been a total gut job, all the way down to the studs and even the bare brick walls. However, you also should notice that there's a healthy mix of original materials and new construction materials. And the reason for that is Aaron and his team have been working together with a historical society to receive a state and federal grant that is funding a large portion of the renovation of this project. So with that, they're required to get creative and maintain some of the original structures, such as this doorway, this door, but also meet current building code requirements for things like load-bearing walls and fire-restricting walls, insulation, that kind of thing. It's been a challenging process, which is why this project has ultimately taken a lot longer than expected, but is being meticulously and carefully done with the utmost consideration for the original structure. One particular challenge Aaron was excited to share with me was the state of the roof directly above me right here. It had been sagging about 6 to 8 inches over time, and there just was not enough support in the structure. So what he did was he had his engineers take a look and craft this special beam right here to then jack up the roof and rest it back down and straighten it out. They were able to take out a substantial amount of that sag with that beam right there and this beam right here as well. I don't know about you, but I live for this kind of stuff. Another challenge they're facing is renovating this railing. The Historical Society is requiring that this railing remain in place. However, it doesn't meet current building requirements for height safety. Aaron informed me that the answer to that will be removing the railing refurbishing it, and installing a piece of trim at the bottom to bring it up to current code. Let's head downstairs and take a look at the restaurant space. So as you view the building from South Main Street, you may recognize that there are 4 separate entrances to get into the building. Well, one of those is placed almost directly in the center, and that is, of course, for the apartments access up those steps. The other 3 are available to the tenant on the main level, which currently is Macado's, and being renovated in such a way that it can be suitable for their restaurant. So the space right behind me here that we're standing in will be the dining room. The next space over will be the bar and additional seating, and the following space all the way to the south will be the kitchen. Let's take a closer look. So we have the dining room section here. And as we move to the rear, we discover the bathroom area, number 1 and 2, with a storage closet and the rear exit door. Heading back to the dining room, we will turn to the south and see that this opens up into what is proposed to be a bar area, but still being designed. Right now, the idea is that it could be in this corner or along this wall. They have not finalized it yet. Now this space is planned to be the kitchen. With additional cooking space back here. Now, one of the reasons I love taking a look at construction projects at the framing and rough-in stage is that you get a glimpse of what is behind the walls and underneath the finished product. One of the challenges that Aaron pointed out to me is that this building has way too much weight to hold for its original structure without some additional support. So what they did was engineered a metal structure that sort of serves as a skeleton to the whole building. So throughout this space, you'll notice some covered beams on the ceiling, and then also some metal poles that go all the way down to new footers that were poured in the crawl space underneath. And just so you can see how extensive that kind of project is, let's take a look at the crawl space together. Where I'm standing all had to be hand dug out so that they could get to this area here and dig out 2-foot deep holes to pour this concrete. Now you'll see these throughout the space, and these are what is holding up the building. I went through and counted these, and there are 24 of them throughout the area. Now that's a lot of digging. Behind the dining room and bar will be various rooms for storage, a walk-in refrigerator, freezer, as well as a small office. Out back, we have a small porch and then parking that is going to serve the town of Bridgewater as public parking as well as parking for this restaurant. So here's a fun fact you may not have been aware of. The pavers in this parking lot are designed to be permeable. And if you look closely, you can see that rain can go right in between them through tiny pieces of grass. The design behind this prevents additional rainwater runoff that has to be managed by the town. Thanks for joining me today on this tour of 103 South Main Street here in Bridgewater. If you have a project you'd like to be featured, please get in touch with me using the contact information in the description below. And remember, like and subscribe if you want to see future updates on this building and other fun projects. I'm Zach Koops, your realtor here in Harrisonburg, Rockingham, and Bridgewater. And remember, it's your move.